blessing or the feast of dedication, closing. Also, it's the Sabbath. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Asherah,
Asherah,
Lathananawa,
Tananaw,
Ashar Kanaka.
Ashar Kanaka,
Also, the Sabbath. Bashalawam, Bashalawam,
Bashalom,
the water,
Tuwad,
Amun.
Aman.
English translation. Bless our Yahweh in the name of Yahushai that gives to us the Sabbath in peace and also the feast of dedication in peace. Thank you. So be it. All right. Psalm 121. The Alim Ma'a Asherayim Akkad. Anya Arayim Yinimya O Ahayim Mayan Yabwa'a Isaiah Yabwa'a Mayahawa Shaisha Shamayim Warataza La'a Yanathan Namawat Wagalia Yala'a Yanawam Shasha Marka Ana La'a Yanawam Wala'a Yashan Shasha Mar Yasharala Yahawa Shamaya Yahawa Dazalia Ayat Yad Yanyam Yad Yawmam Ashamash La'a Akhaya Rayarak La'a Balayela Yahawa Yashamaya Makal Rai Yashamor Nafasha Yahawa Yashamor Aulakia Obaya Maita Wa'aid Ayulam Basham Yahausha Tawara Aman. Okay.
Psalms 121. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Yahweh Tapala, Yahweh's prayer. Abiyanawa,
Abiyanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim. Oh, Khan. Shema Yasharala. Hear, Israel. Shema Yasharala. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Achad. Shema Yasharala. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Achad. Shema Yasharala. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Achad.
Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Amen.
Amen. Yahweh Tapala, Yahweh's prayer. Abiyanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakoka, Taba'a,
La'a.
Ratazawanka,
Tazawanka.
Haya,
Haya.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Ba'arataza,
Baratiza.
Ka,
Ka.
Bashamayim,
Bashemaya.
Natalanawa,
Natalanawa.
Lakam,
Lakam.
Yawam,
Yawam.
Za,
Zak.
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalakna.
Kawafnawa,
Kabawakna.
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalakna.
Kawafyanawa,
Kabawakinawa.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Abionawa,
Abiyanawa.
Oh,
Oh.
the Saiwan,
Asaiwan.
Abo,
Abba.
Awashinawa,
Awashana.
Murai,
Marai.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Laka,
Laka.
Amalakwa,
Amalakwa.
Wa'ala,
Wa'ala.
Wataparat,
Wa'ala.
Laiwulam,
Wa'ala.
Aman.
Amen.
Matthew 6 and 9. After this manner therefore pray, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Amen. Ashura Matazawaf, the Ten Commandments. La'a,
La'a.
Yahaya,
Yahaya.
Laka,
Laka.
Alahayim,
Alahai.
Alkayim,
Alkari.
Alpanya,
Alpanya.
La'a,
La'a.
Daisha,
Daisha.
Laka,
Laka.
Boso,
Baso.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Taibudam,
Laibadam.
La'a,
La'a.
Talakwaka,
Talakwaka.
Shamwa,
Shamwa.
Yahawa,
Yahawa.
Lahaika,
Lahaika.
Lashua,
Lashawa.
Zakar,
Zakar.
Af,
Ah.
Hayuwam,
Hayuam.
Ashabaf,
Ashabak.
Lakudashwa,
Lakadashwa.
Kabad,
Kabad.
Abika,
Abika.
Wa'amaka,
Wa'amaka.
La'a,
La'a.
Dwatazak,
Turatazak.
La'a,
La'a.
Tana'ap,
Tana'a.
La'a,
La'a.
Daganab,
Taganab.
La'a,
La'a.
Daina,
Dainat.
Shukur,
Shukor.
La'a,
La'a.
Takamat,
Takamat.
Ko,
Ko.
Ashura,
Ashura.
La'aika,
La'aika.
Aman.
Amen.
Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father, thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Amen.
Aman.
Amen.
Lishaba, please be seated. Barakta Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Asherah, Nathanawa, Paya Gapan Dwara Aman, La Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Af Yasha'ala. Translation in English: Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it. Through Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, with Israel. Madu upon you are you wash them, same face Russo. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Hagado,
Hagado,
Rakarum,
Rakarum,
Abiyo,
Abiyah,
Manoah,
Manoah,
Ali1,
Aliwan,
Malak,
Malak,
Shaw,
Shal,
Shamayim,
Shemayim,
Barataza,
Barataza,
Wako,
Wakal,
Dabayim,
Dabar,
Kayam,
Kayam,
Wagum,
Wagam,
Amashiach,
Amashiach,
Mayahawa,
Mayahaw,
Arahodnawa,
Alawadna,
Ahabnawa,
Ahabna,
Kapala,
Apala,
Yahaitaza,
Yahaitiza,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Zakarnawa,
Zakarna,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Barataza1,
Barataza1,
Aimka,
Ainka,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Aizornawa,
Aizarna,
Bana,
Bana,
Wasap,
Wasap,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
O,
O,
Nanawa,
Nanaw,
Yamyan,
Yamyan,
Aita,
Aita,
Kaiwamiam,
Ayawam,
Akudam,
Makudam,
Abukusha,
Babakusha,
Shalak,
Shalak,
Maika Allah,
Micah Allah,
Baratazawadak,
Wartazuda,
Alahayim,
Alahai,
La,
La,
Magannawa,
Maganaw,
Wapannawa,
Raparnaw,
Washamor,
Washimon,
Alnawa,
Alnaw,
Baikor,
Baipor,
Shalak,
Shalak,
Awoka,
Aroka,
Shal,
Shal,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Lanawa,
Lanaw,
Lalamudnawa,
Alamadnaw,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Gakama,
Rakama,
Tabawana,
Tabawana,
Wada Aif,
Wadai,
Shal,
Shal,
the Barka,
Barka,
Bahasham,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
to Wada,
Tawada,
Tamyad,
Tamiyad,
Waiwalam,
Waiwulam,
Aman.
Aman.
English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the great, merciful, mighty, terrible, most high power, King of heaven and earth, and all things living, and also the anointed from Yahweh, our Lord, our friend, the wonderful counselor, Yahushua. Remember us, Yahweh, favorably, your people Israel. Help us build and gather Israel. Mosiah, we beg you, right now, like the days of old. Please send Michael and the righteous powers and angels to protect us, heal us, and watch over us. Mainly send the spirit of Yahushua to us to teach us much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of thy word. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, always and forever, so be it. Repeat the Hebrew only. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that give to us the Lord. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Hasherah,
Asherah,
Atananawa,
Atamanaw,
Arthur Arak.
Haftarah,
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives to us the light to see. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Asherah,
Asherah,
Atananawa,
Atamanaw,
Awor,
Awor,
La'arat.
La'arat.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives to us the ram song to call the people. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Asherah,
Asherah,
Atananawa,
Atamanaw,
Quran,
Quran,
Ayo,
Ayah,
Lakora,
La'arat,
Ha'ain.
Ha'ain.
Yeshabu. Please be seated. Shalom, Yasharala.
Shalom.
All right, so welcome to Ayashrala Kanas, which translated in English, the Congregation of Israel, where we teach the so-called Negroes and Hispanics. Those scattered throughout the four corners of the earth are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of, that we read in Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter. Those who came here on cargo slave ships throughout the Western Hemisphere, those in the Caribbean, those in America, the land of North, whose forefathers came on slave ships, served slavery here, captivity. They are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. And proven case found in the book of Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter, once again. Today, one of the feasts that we keep as Israelite, as our forefathers kept throughout our generations, is the Feast of Dedication. 8 days feast. And today is the closing of, right? And it's supposed to be a day to remember. Also, a joyous occasion, remembering our forefathers, our brothers who fight to keep the laws of God, and they dedicate their lives to do what was necessary at the time. Because of that, we honoring them, and we keeping them. According to the solar calendar, we are in the month of December, which is 12/7/18. And it is a Sabbath day, as we all know, from even unto even. The day starts when the sun around where we are today, right now. So around that time, we have our day started. Yesterday was the new moon. All right. So starting a new month. So we have so many festive occasion happening around this holy day of the Feast of Dedication. So we just had the new moon. All right. And we have a Sabbath. And it's so happened it coincides, all coincides together. All right. So my name is Khan Pakwad. We're gonna be reading in the book of the Apocrypha, First Maccabees, the 2nd chapter. So since right now it's 9:30, we're gonna breeze through the chapter and give the sense of what the Feast of Dedication is about. And feel free to ask questions if you have, because we're gonna be browsing through the chapter since we have about 70 verses in this chapter, but it will capture the essence of why we keep the Feast of Dedication. So let's get up to speed. And let me start by asking Yeshaya a question. Since this is our day, and we know that when we were in the world, we used to hear that stuff, we didn't know what it was. We used to see that the so-called Jews celebrating Hanukkah. We used to hear it. But now that we come in the truth and we know this is our culture that has been stolen, and then we getting the true understanding of what it's about. But now the question is, to you, let us know what is Feast of Dedication is about. What is it? What is the Feast of Dedication? And the way I would like for you to break it down, let's say you were explaining to your daughter what it's about, without anything complicated. You explain it to a kid like a bedtime story.
So, King Solomon built the temple, and the Greeks converted them. He temples up for us to sacrifice to the Most High. And the Greeks overthrew us and converted them and tore them down. So then Maccabees ended up fighting the Greeks and ended up destroying the temple and sacrificing the bodies.
Okay. All right. Zakar, do you know what it's about?
Being faithful to the good Lord.
The Feast of Dedication.
Our food. Our happiness.
If you were to explain it to Rodney little boy, and you tell him, yo, let's go, we're gonna go to the Feast of Dedication, and then he said, what is the Feast of Dedication?
I would tell them that's when we gather together and read out of the Bible and the verses the Lord has gave us about the tabernacle. The 7th month of the year.
All right, so okay, we got it. So if we met a Jewish person, let's say you out there, you're in the library. You're in the library, right? And then you meet a Jewish person in the library with the Shirley Temple curls, with the little thing, dragging, behind their clothes, that little fur thing that they have, the little hat. They say, yeah, happy Hanukkah. Right? Yeah, happy Hanukkah. Everybody, happy Hanukkah. And they have that 9 lights, night lights in their car. Hey, everybody, happy Hanukkah. And then you pull up, you say, no.
It's not for y'all.
No, don't tell them it's not. What is this? I want to know what is this about. Right? And you want to know what is it about. They're going to tell you it's about 9 lights. The candles were burning. It's a feast of lights. The candles were burning, and surprisingly, there was oil to burn the candles for, a week, for 2 days, and it turned around. The candles, they were burning for the whole 8 days. Right? It was burning for the whole 8 days, surprisingly. And it was a miracle that the Most High did. What would you tell them?
Well, I would tell them, I would go to the Bible and read these verses that God had sent before us, that who this was for. That it was not for y'all. It was for us. Let me read the chapter to you, sir. And when I read to him, he would feel very, very discomfortable.
Okay, and all right, that's good. That's a good way to. Even though you're going that way, you show confidence, right?
Right.
So now go to the verse.
I will go to 2 Maccabees, chapter 10, verse 1 to 8.
2 Maccabees.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Chapter 10, verse 1 to 8.
Chapter
10, verse
10?
1 to 8.
Okay.
And I also will have my Bible with me. I will also go to John, chapter
No,
10.
no, no. Talk to you like you're talking to the to that guy.
Like, over here, young man, listen here. Let me read this to you so you can understand. Because y'all been telling this clear for thousands and thousands of years. I was taking the chapter 10 in the King James.
No, no, no. Let's go to the first one you said. You tell him. Tell him,
That
yeah.
was, that was 2 Maccabees.
Second
Maccabees.
Second Maccabees.
10, verse 1 to 8.
2 Maccabees 10. 2 Maccabees.
Chapter 10, verse 8.
Okay. All right.
And I would start reading this to him slowly. And he would,
Right. Read it. Read it. Yeah. Read it.
and I will call his name. His name probably be Pooh.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Now, Maccabees and his company, the Lord guided them, recovering the temple and the city. But the altar, so you listen to what I read it to you? Yes. The altar, which the heathen had built in the open street, and also the chapel they pulled down. And having cleaned the temple, they made another altar and striking stones. They took fire out of them and offered a sacrifice after 2 years, and set forth the incense and light and shewbread. Verse 4, sir, are you listening? Yes, I am. When that was done, they fell flat down and besought the Lord that they might come no more into such troubles. But if they sin against him, that he himself would chastise them with mercy, and that they might not be delivered to the blasphemous and barbarous nation.
Okay. Now I got it. Okay. So now, if you say, "Sir, I still don't understand," I see what you're saying, but explain those scriptures to me as it relates to
And I will tell him,
Hanukkah.
I will tell you, if you keep sitting here living this lie y'all been doing for thousands and thousands of years, God gonna crucify y'all. He's gonna get y'all, and y'all gonna be hurt.
Okay.
You'll be in a lake of fire.
Okay. So that's your way of explaining it. So that's fine because everybody have their own style of explaining it.
Right.
You know, you only gotta explain it the way I would explain it.
Right.
As long as you get that point across and you point it out in the scripture, right? Then you let the scripture speak, right?
Right.
Then you may not know the ins and out, all the breakdowns and how to go to this scripture and that scripture,
Right.
but at least as an Israelite man, you prove your point. It may not be what he would want, or it may not be to everybody's liking, but that's the way you bring it out, as long as you bring it out in the scripture, right?
Yes.
So
I will keep reading to him.
so you said that was 2 Maccabees.
10 chapter, that was chapter 10, verse 1 and 4. But I will tell him, sir, let me read this part to you so you can really understand. If you keep sitting as you are, you and your organization. Now,
Okay.
upon the same day that the stranger profaned the temple, on the very same day it was cleansed again, even the 5 and 20th day of the same month, which is false.
Yes.
And they kept the 8th day with gladness, as in the feast of the tabernacle. Remember that not long afore they had held the feast of the tabernacle, whereas the wandering in the mountains and dens like these.
Okay. All right. Cool. So right there, you can ask him where's the 9 candle come from.
Now ask him, do you know where the 8 candles come
No,
from?
9 candles. Where's the 9 candle come from?
They come from
How can they prove it in the scripture where the 9 candles come from? Then they probably would go pull the Talmud, right, to show you where the 9 candle come from. Then that's when you would say, you
that would
show.
be in Revelation, wouldn't it?
No, the nine
Cities?
there's no 9 candles. Now you're gonna show him the 7 candles in the midst of the 7 candlestick. Right.
Okay,
Done. Right. So you would go to Revelation so to show him
the city.
7. Right, and you show him the 7 candles, not 9.
You okay?
Okay.
All right. That's
So-
the cities, right? The church, okay, the churches. I mean, was I right on that lead? Come on, make it feel like I know. Okay, it'll be in Revelation chapter 1, verse 11.
So that was first you read from 1 to 5, right?
Yeah.
No. You read from 1 to 6.
6, okay. 6.
You can also read Exodus.
Give me a second. I'll get you next because I want to see strategically how he would break it down. How he would break it down, because we should all know what the Feast of Dedication is about, but at least know where to point it out, because we should have the better understanding. So you would go to Revelation what?
Chapter 1, verse 11. And I will read to him what God has said, saying, I'm the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it into the 7 churches, which are as Asia, Ephesus, Smyrna, and the 2 Pergamos, and the 2 Thyatira, and Sardis, and 2 North Philly, and the 2 Laodicea.
No, you ain't see no Philly here. Read it again.
Of 2 Philadelphia and Laodicea.
Okay. So don't put your own stuff in there, man. No, don't mess with the Most High word like that.
Say the word again. They will be saved. Look,
All right, so it's always 7. And also, when you read in Revelation 1 and 13, you can also point that out. In the midst of the 7 candlestick, okay?
What verse would that be?
That's Revelation 1 and 13.
1 and 13.
Right, so here's the candlestick right here, the menorah, right? This right here you're
here.
looking at, right? In the midst of the 7 candlestick, 1 light unto the Son of Man. So the one that's higher is right there. That's supposed to be representation of the Most High in the midst of the 7 candles. Where's the 9? Where's where's the 2 extra come from that those Jewish people put in? It's not in the Bible.
Not in the Bible.
Okay.
Okay. And the 2 y'all put up is not in the Bible.
Go on. Let me get Yahukanan and after that Nabia. Yahukanan.
Yeah, you could also.
So that's good.
Oh.
That's good. Keep those scriptures, and that's how you bring it down.
Yeah, okay, I'm ready there.
Before you go into curse them out before, point it out with facts.
All right.
All right, once you do that, that's it. Now you gain respect. But if you go and start cursing them out, they're gonna use that against you. Hey, this guy, he's radical, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? After that, if you don't want to listen and he's trying to get, then you can give him a piece of your mind and you keep walking.
All right.
All right?
Thank you, bro. I did all right, though.
Yeah, you did all right. Yahukanan.
Yeah, you can read it. Exodus 25, verse 31.
Exodus 25:31. All right, what does this one say?
Exodus 25, verse 31.
25:31, right?
Yeah. Exodus 25, verse 31 says, And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, of beaten work shall the candlestick be made, his shaft and his branches, his bowl, his knops, and his flowers shall be of the same. Verse 32, and 6 branches shall come out of the side of it, 3 branches of the candlesticks out of the one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. So you're gonna have 3 further is other decorate. You're gonna have 1 in the middle and 3 on each side.
Done. So 3, 3, 7. Right? So there's no 9. 9 is make believe.
Who?
Done.
Yeah.
All right, 37.
Yeah, and verse 37, to close it down, is, and thou shalt make the 7 lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, that they may give light over against it.
Right. So when you see tomorrow, if they haven't done it, they're gonna have a minivan. They put 9 candlestick and they riding down the street and making noise. Right? They're making noise and showing people, 9 candlesticks. But you know what? They believe, they believe in it. But when we see that as Israelite, we know that the Most High show us is 7 candlesticks. So they, pretty much, fools doing on, crazy stuff. All right, they advertise, nonsense. But we should know that, and we should teach our people that. And when we teach them, we teach them with facts coming from the scriptures. Nabia.
Okay, so as the call is bringing out Revelation 1 and 20, just to verify what he was saying, that the candlestick represents the church.
Right. 120.
Done.
In Revelation chapter 1 and verse 20, the mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks which thou sawest are the 7 churches.
All right, and tell them to show in the Torah, which they claim to believe in, where or in the Bible, anywhere in the Bible where they said 9 candlesticks. And you can put them on blast right there in it. You can say it loud, people can hear it. Show me in the Bible where you have 9 candlesticks. They would not be able to do it. Okay? So you prove your case. You win. You win that case. You prove your case. I'll show you where it says 7 candlesticks, but you show me in the Bible, in the Torah, where it says 9 candlesticks. They won't be able to show it. All right, so that's cool. So show that you have a understanding of what the Feast of Dedication is about. Let's go to Maccabees so we can read through the chapter real fast. Chapter 2. First Maccabees chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
So one thing that we can do, there's a lot we can do. Those who know how to draw, who can write, should write, stories, and like they do in cartoons,
Oh, yeah.
comic books,
Nice book.
and then have the characters Israelite.
Black. Color. Excuse me.
Right. Have the characters Israelite, so that the generation that we have coming up, when we read stuff to them, we can show them those in the scripture.
Right.
Right. So all that is all that is creative stuff that we can do. Because imagine when we have our kids growing up, they're gonna show them their own picture of them.
Yeah.
So where we fit in, we can pretty much start, little by little draw pictures, and then put, okay, here's Christ. Christ looks like this, so we can teach our kids.
We have a little afro or a long wig?
Now, if you're gonna do Yahusha when he was little, you do him like you do a little kid, and then as it grow up, you can show he keep his hair and stuff like that. Right, go longer. It's like be creative based on what the kids would look like, when they were kids. You know what I mean? Because people think Yahusha just was born as growing up. He was kids too. He grew up, but we don't have any of our artists or anybody showing that. But that's what they did. That's what they did to pretty much brainwash our people. So see, there's always something for us to do. Being in captivity also can be an opportunity, right? To show our young ones growing up, what Christ looks like. Because eventually, while we try to do the right thing, send them to school, right? That's what we're supposed to do. At the same time, while we teaching them, they unravel whatever you're teaching them by providing them with scriptures when you go to school. It's like what we're doing is counterproductive. Follow me?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing in there too. And what's a cartoon book say Mickey Mouse?
Right.
Yeah, we have a cartoon book of Jesus.
You can have a cartoon book, for example, the Feast of Dedication.
Yeah,
you can have the fight that's going on, the Maccabees, pictures of the Maccabees, how they stood up against against the Syrians, right, to clean the temple, right? That could be good ideas and things that we can do.
Sure, but where can we go and find somebody? Can't get too many.
I mean, we have them.
Try to get it wrong with it themselves.
I mean, we have them. We just haven't thought of it. We have them. We had them in the school at one time that people would draw. It's like so our mind weren't like really focused. Sometimes we focus too much on Esau instead of focus on ourselves. If we focus on ourselves, right, we would be focusing on things that have to do with us instead of wasting our energy on Esau, because he's gonna do what he's gonna do and you can't stop him. Yep. So let's get to the story real fast because it's long. All right, so let's get to it.
What you say, brother?
Maccabees, First Maccabees, the second chapter. I'm gonna browse through it and then I'll give us a summary of what's happening. Okay. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jorad, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. Verse 2. And he had 5 sons: Jonathan, called Cadiz, Simon, called Tassi, Judas, who was called Maccabeus, Eleazar, called Avaran, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphis. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, Woe is me! Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the street. A young man with the sword of the enemy. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she is become a bond slaves. All right. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? So, this is Mattathias. He's the father, right? And he had 5 sons. And around that time, we had the heathen try to, oppose us serving the Most High and observing the Most High's law. So even you may have everyone, or I mean, let me not say everyone, you may have a majority of people doing wrong. You're always gonna find a very selected few that would say, you know what? No matter what you do to me, I'm gonna continue to serve the Most High. It may not be a whole lot, but that one family that stood up can make a big difference, right? Because the Most High is about more so quality. He's about numbers, but quality. Yeah, quality in those numbers. So a lot of pagan worship was going on in Israel at that time, and you have those who felt powerless. They side with the heathen and follow heathen custom. All right, so let's read on. So this is that family that's going into, the family is going into what we are going through, right, at that time. Now, verse 14 says, Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes. And watching what's going on, they had great indignation. Right? So they were upset. They got mad at what was happening. So they decided, you know what? Something got to do. We got to do something. So they decided, verse 15, in the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compel the people to revolt, came into the city Modin to make them sacrifice. So while they working at one end, right, to try to revolt against the king so that they can still keep the law of the Most High, the king took a trip at Modin, the city where they were, right? Let's see what happened. He compelled them, or he forced them to sacrifice to devils. Okay. Verse 16. And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. So Mattathias and his sons, they actually they went there also to find out, you know, what's happening. Okay, so they can see how they can get involved into, you know, try to keep the people, or those who want to follow the law of the Most High, to keep following the law of the Most High. Verse 17, huh?
Sacrifice to the devil.
To idols, right? To idols. Okay, right. Devils is pretty much lies, sacrifice to lying spirits, lying wonders.
Would it be a lie?
Huh?
Like what you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be like a something that's alive?
No, statues.
That
Yeah, statues.
that movie, The Fifth Commandment, and he praying to that thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they pray to the statue. So they think the statue can do something for them.
Like a statue of liberty?
Right. Something like that, yeah. Golden calf.
Golden calf? Okay.
Right. And like the Catholic do, they worship inside the temple. They raise their hand to Mary, the picture, the sculpture that's up there. Yeah. You know. And when they pass, they do the sign of the cross. Yeah, they do that, yeah. Yeah. They do that nonsense, right? Verse 17 now. Then answered the king's officer, and said to Mattathias. So the king sent an officer, and the officer went in Modin to enforce the king's commandment to offer sacrifice, right, to false gods. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias on this wise, Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in the city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. So of course, Mattathias was known in the city. So that family was known because he was a priest. So if you're a priest, you're known in the city because everybody, they know you when you're in the temple. You're the one who do sacrifice. Especially, it's not like overpopulated city. It would be like a small city or a town where everybody knows you. Everybody would know who was who in that town and who's the priest, right? Who's the priest? All right. So verse 18. Now therefore come thou first. So now he says he asked Mattathias to come first because you know you are a renowned man in the city. You have your sons, right? So you should come first, right? Because you have strength, and if you tell people to come and do something, they might listen to you, right? So they go to the influencer. You know, if you want to influence people, the best thing to do, find the leader of the crowd, and then you know you'll be able to get your job done easier, right? Quick.
I know who it is.
And then he told Mattathias to come first and fulfill the king's commandments. He said, just do it because, you know, follow the leader. If the people see you do it, they would do it too. Just do, you know, do the sacrifice. And then once you do it, then the people are going to think it's okay. Then they'll just do it too. All right. It says, like as all the heathen have done, yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem, so shalt thou in thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards. So that's pretty much sell your soul. See, that's evidence right there. You sell your soul. Right? That's the evidence you sell your soul. You remember we were having that discussion earlier?
Yeah.
How do you sell your soul? Right? This is how you sell your soul. And now right there, that's evidence. right? But if you don't have evidence, don't go around and tell people so and so sell his soul, you know, but you don't have evidence. That's evidence right there. They tell them to do something that's against the Most High, right there, and then they tell them if you do it, then you will have silver and gold. We'll pay you. You get paid off. That's it. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers and give consent to his commandments, okay, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. He said, even if everybody else do it, I ain't gonna do it. Done. Joshua 24:15. Right? But as for Joshua 24:15, you can read it.
Joshua 24.
What's that?
I'll start from 14 and read down to 15. Verse 14. Now therefore fear Yahweh, and serve him in sincerity and in truth. And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh.
Done.
5:29.
Who?
Acts 5:29.
That's 5:29.
Why you use that thing? No, I don't use that. Huh? Why you use that thing? Yeah? 5:9. Acts 5:9. 49. But I got it. Read it. Really, sir.
Acts 5:29. And Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
Right. We ought to obey God rather than men. That's Nate's favorite scripture. Your body that was here.
Yeah.
That's his favorite scripture.
They get good and start reading. You better set it up for that.
So let's go to also Exodus 23:2.
God.
Exodus 23:2.
23.
23:2.
43. Yes.
It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Don't follow a multitude in wrongdoing. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many West judgment. Okay? So do not follow a multitude to do evil. Don't follow the crowd in wrongdoing. If they doing wrong, don't follow them. And pretty much right there, that's what they do. And this is your democracy right there. Hey, the people have spoken. Whether they wrong, you know, it's democracy. The voice of the people, right? Let the people choose.
guys ever think about the Running Man?
Mhm.
How the host said, tell them what to eat, what to drink, what to wear. What do we do? We give them what they want. For number one, Ben, that's all we can.
Done. Follow multitude to do evil. So Mattathias and his family said, you know what? It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So over, like he said, over my dead body will I follow the king's commandment. Verse 21 now. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left. That's it. I'm not gonna go. We're not gonna follow the multitude. We're not gonna follow the king's commandment. We're not gonna forsake the laws of the Most High on the left side, on the right side. We're gonna look straight forward, straight and narrow path. That's what we're gonna take. So they will not desert the law of the Most High in the ordinances. So they're not gonna turn aside and do wrongfully. Verse 23. Now then, he had left speaking these words. There came one of the Jews in the sight of all the sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin, according to the king's commandments. So you have that sellout right there. He saw the offer that was on the table. His name probably gonna be in the book of the king as friends. He said, you know what? Here's an opportunity for me right there. Here's what he did, that sellout. Which thing when Mattathias, in verse 23, now when he had left speaking again, he says these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin, according to the king's commandments. So he pretty much went and do the sacrifice in the face of Mattathias and his sons. After they refused, he was like, yo, don't worry, man, I got this. Let me show this Israelite something, this Jew something. Let me show him something. Verse 24, which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal. So this man was on fire. Right down in there, the anger, that was what he needed to turn his button. He pressed Mattathias' button, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger. That's it, man. This man just like got activated according to judgment. Wherefore he ran. Right, that was the startup right there. His motor got started, and slew him upon the altar. So when you have a heart of a lion, a heart of a warrior, that's the heart of a warrior in a lion. Sometimes you just can't control it. When you have that zeal for the word of the Most High, and the Most High give you that power, you started. The motor just got started. It's 25. And so he slew him on the altar. So he became the sacrifice. Also, the king's commissioner, right? The king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time. In the altar, he pulled down, so he killed him too. Some extra meat to sacrifice. 26. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, like as Phanes did unto Zimri, the son of Solomon. Right? So you can read that in Numbers 25, 6 and 8.
25.
Uh-huh.
And what chapter?
Chapter 25.
Numbers,
Mm-hmm.
number 25.
6 to 8. So I'm going to continue on. And Mattathias cried throughout the city. So you can imagine you make a play like this for your kid. Right? You made a play like this, you design it, and you show when Mattathias transformed like Incredible Hulk. Right? Transform right that in there, he got, you know, angry, and then it's like dang, 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 and you know, that's it, man. Action, you know. Imagine if you do a play like that for your kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you put that, especially now, there's no excuse. We got YouTube, this thing will go viral. Well, star, you know, that's it, right? So it says, and Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice. There was the start of the revolution right there, saying. So pretty much after he did that, he knew what he just did, so that started the revolution. So that's how revolution gets started. One person rise up, say, that's it. That's it. The revolution just got started. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. That was the statement that he did, running all throughout the city, looking for real soldiers, right? People who zealous for the law, want to keep the law, who's down with it. '28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains. So now it's time. It's time, right, to go to the mountains. Because usually when things like that happen, you got to retreat. Now it's time for guerrilla warfare. Because you can get killed easily. Now you got to go far so you can think your strategy out. How you gonna proceed from there? Because you know once that thing spark, that's it. It's all out war. You declare war right there. All right. So you try to recruit some people, zealous people, and then they flee to the mountain. Okay.
They have even though they might be outnumbered, they got the advantage of the little lancer.
Gun. That was their town. Yeah. Okay. Then it says, "Flee to follow me." Then many that sought after justice. Let me read 28 again. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city. So when you are a warrior, right? You're a revolutionary individual. You don't marry to anything. You're not tied to anything. You're not attached to anything.
Right.
More than you can be. So he left everything that he had behind, and he flee to the mountain. Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the city, into the wilderness, to dwell there. So a lot of them follow after him. So those were the ones who stood for the law of the Most High with him. Verse 30. Both they and their children and their wives and their cattle because afflictions increased sore upon them. So the city became unlived. They could not live there because the oppression was so hard. People were oppressed, and they could not keep the law. So they had to flee, and went to the wilderness. So they went in hiding. Kind of like North Philly becomes so tough. You say, you know what, man, I can't live in this area no more. I'm out. I'm out. It becomes oppressed. It becomes an oppressed town, oppressed city. Right. So the normal thing that you used to, life becomes like, huh? It becomes a burden. Done. Now, when it was told the king's servant in the host that was at Jerusalem, in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret places in the wilderness, they pursue after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. So you have to know your enemy's tactics, and you have to know your enemy's activities, what they do, right? Their habits. Our habits is we go on the Sabbath day. If somebody want to do something to any of us here, they know on the Sabbath day we're gonna be here in this school, right? If we're not working, we don't have any constraint, we're gonna be here. So they knew where to get the Israelite, right? And they knew our custom. We wouldn't even do anything on the Sabbath day. Fighting and war, picking up guns and weapons, that's the last thing we think about, right? They say, okay, cool, war tactics. So you have to know your enemy. So they knew how we are. So they plan to attack us on the Sabbath day. Okay. So and they did. So in verse 32 now, they pursue after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. And they said unto them, let that which ye have done hereunto suffice. Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and ye shall live. They say, you know what you just did, we'll give you a pass. We'll forgive you. You know, you see, the heathen forgive you. All you got to do, just come and follow me. It's a forgive, but forgive to get you down deeper into destruction, because they're gonna, convince you to go do things that the Most High don't want you to do. Right? It's just like you do a crime in this kingdom. They say, you know what? Just apologize. They say you're sorry. They say sorry to the faggot. I hurt them. I hurt them, and I did not want to hurt them anymore. Right? And then we'll forget. You continue to strive. We're not gonna bother you. But if not, we're gonna blast you. We're gonna defame you. We're gonna defame you. And even though we give you money, but that's not gonna do anything, because if we don't invite you in our circle, your business is dead. So that's pretty much what happened. They said, okay, no problem. All you did, you see what you just did? It's okay. We'll let you pass. All you got to do, just come to the sacrifice. You're done. It's a small thing. Yep. So then said, yeah. We at verse 34.
But,
Just make the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So this is in Proverbs. Proverbs 28 and 21. Proverbs 28 and 21 read,
just, 28, 31, 41.
it says, to have respect of persons is not good, but for a piece of bread that man will transgress.
Or a piece of bread.
Think a little bit too about the Kanye West line, said the contrary. Sold my soul to the devil.
Yeah, I watched that.
All I got was the poison happen.
Huh? Wow. Michael Jordan.
What was his line?
Still bad.
How did you say how you prove that?
When he was playing basketball.
How you prove that?
To the right, you know the page. We didn't have a good service in our guy.
Yeah, that,
Okay, we had.
that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
That's it. How do you prove that? How you can't prove that? You could say
I didn't say Kanye West sold his soul. I just said.
You said that on stage.
right. That's what I'm saying.
That's
At least
true.
that you can point that out is what he said. So he probably did that based on what he said. But if you say, so and so, Michael Jordan killed his dad, his sacrifice, where's your proof? None. Okay. Let's go to 34 now.
Yeah.
But they said, we will not come forth. The people said, man, the hell with it. We ain't going nowhere. To hell with you. We're not going anywhere. Neither will we do the king's commandments. We ain't going to follow the king's commandments. To profane the Sabbath day. So, we're not going to go against the Sabbath day. Not going to profane the king. We're not going to follow the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day. 35. So then they gave them the battle with all speed. They said, yeah, we ain't going to come. All right, that's it. Take that. That's what they tell our people. Right? They fight our people. Right? They fought our people because they did not want to go to profane the Sabbath day. Let's see what they did. 37, 36 again. Albeit they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them, nor stopped the places where they lay hid. So the people pretty much, they did not react. They did not say anything to them. Right? But said, let us die all in our innocency. Heaven and earth shall testify for us that ye put us to death wrongfully. That's how you die. If you don't fight, you die. But that death for the law of the Most High is a good death. Right? Honorable death, because you die with your conviction.
Right.
So we have a bunch of people today, they have no conviction. They would say, no, I won't do something. When push comes to shove, they just apologize.
Just like you got that verse before me. What's going on?
You know what I mean? That's how you push their buttons, they apologize. No conviction. So they rose up So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath day. So they fight them on the Sabbath day. And they slew them. They could have reacted or defend themselves. Either way, they would not be wrong. They choose to die that way, that they weren't wrong either. But they could have, fight to defend themselves. But either way, it worked out for them because they die and the Most High see what happened. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath day, on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle, to the number of 1,000 people that day. That's what you call massacre. That's a massacre right there. Carnage. Now when Mattathias and his friend Rehob, they mourned for them right sore. One of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth. Survival. Right? Some of us may die, but at least some of us gotta stay. We gotta prolong our right. 41. At that time, therefore, they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him. Neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret places in the wilderness. 42. Then came there unto him a company of Assyrians, who were mighty men of Israel, even as were voluntarily devoted unto the law. So you had another group of Israelites, right? They came to show support in coalition with Mattathias' family and his men. Also, all they that fled for persecution joined themselves unto them and were a stay unto them. So they joined their forces and smote sinful men in their anger and wicked men in their wrath. But the rest fled to the heathen for succor. So whoever was in their way and you were wicked, that's it, you out. Take them out one by one. Process of elimination of evil. Ping, ping, ping. Get rid of quick time. All right. 45. Then Mattathias and his friends were round about and pulled down the altar, and what children soever they found within the coast of Israel uncircumcised, those they circumcised valiantly. So that's it. You're not circumcised, circumcised. Circumcised.
Ooh.
They say, I'm gonna show these heathens something. Though they can, but they can't kill all of us. Right?
That was a big important thing back in the day. You know that?
Thing back in the day, and it should be a big important thing today in Israel.
I was asked that question. Why was that so important? I said, well, wait till I see the word. I asked that 30 seconds. I guess it's something that God did, right?
Yeah.
I think
it's a sign between us and the Most High.
Right. But then they weren't getting that done. So we didn't too much care about them.
Right.
We talk about us.
Right.
Not to go to the women, because in Africa, the women, they would cut that, they would cut that off the woman. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Well, I'm like, what?
But that's not in the script.
No, they didn't script. That's they more than they folks.
Right.
Man, oh, yeah, look. Huh? Not no, it's all it's supposed to off that for the life.
Yep. So let's go on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It says you circumcise them, whatever children they found, boom, circumcised. You ain't circumcised? Circumcised. Circumcised.
Be still. Don't make the move.
You know the king got angry. They pursue also after the proud men. Right? If you think you all that, the men that think they all that. The proud men. Men who feel like, they dealing with the king, nobody can come after them. So they go after those guys too. Those who want to break the Most High's law. Those who are very arrogant. Right? So, sometimes you have those, even in the midst of chaos and confusion of our people, some of our people still prosper. Right? They still prosper in this land. So they look down on those who are not prospering. Right? And they say, hey, I don't know about you, man. Things are working for me. I don't know what you're complaining about. It's all good over here. Everything is all swell. Verse 49 now.
Hey.
All right, so they pursue after proud men, and the work prosper in their hand. So they recover the law out of the hand of the Gentiles. So they managed to take the law. Right? They recover the law out of the hand of the Gentiles. Back then, you have a Torah like this. It's not something you find you find often. If you find something like that, you got to keep it. We didn't have the printing press, running overnight, printing Bibles. Now everywhere you go, you got 4 or 5 Bibles. Right now you styling. You have 4 or 5. You got the red one. You got the small one you put in your pocket. Back then we didn't have that luxury. You got to go to the temple to read the Bible or to listen to the priest, teaching you the scriptures. Okay. So they recover. Right. Yeah, because they had to write it 7 times by hand. And it's good when you write something, you remember it. Because as you're writing it, it's just like it's coming from your mind, you're printing it on paper. Right? So if you write it 7 times, so if the law is lost or something, you can write it again. Yeah, and this was back then, this was something that we were good at. We can memorize a whole book. We can memorize a whole book. You can be in back when I was in school, you were forced to memorize the whole book. You have to sit in front of your teacher, and they give you 2 or 3 chapters, right, to study, and then they take the book away from you, and then you stand in front of the teacher, and then you repeat everything line by line that's in the all 3 chapters. That was back home.
In Haiti.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to repeat. You have to. Let's say they give you 3 chapters.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you memorize the 3 chapters word by word, because you're gonna recite it, and they take the book away from you, and then now you say, "Guy, go," and then you repeat everything word for word.
Well, that's why you do it like you was now.
Word for word, you have to repeat it.
I'm gonna tell you with the alphabet.
Right?
G, H. Okay. That's good, so that's how you very good as you are now, because back then they teach you that for your head.
Right. I mean, that's how they teach you. Yeah.
I didn't feel lovely.
This right here,
Yeah.
I could have just recite the whole thing. Sit right here, recite the whole thing. It's straight through. Chapter 1, boom, 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 boom. Chapter 2, chapter 3. Because what happened is the teacher have the book in their hand like this,
Yeah.
and then they following what you recited. And if you miss it, they say, now stop there. You miss. So they'll say, oh yeah, and then you go, because they go in line by line. You don't have the book, and they watching it as you recite it.
Y'all got colleges over there?
Come on, man. Yes.
I'm just asking. You don't know.
I mean, yeah, we
Hey,
do.
University?
They have many of them. They have many colleges. They have many universities.
I ain't playing with you like that.
No. I mean, I understand. You know why? I understand?
Why?
Because the way.
I ain't been out of America.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's exactly because what happened is the way America thinks about other countries.
Why I said that.
They felt like America got everything, and other countries don't have what they have, and that explains when people come over here. They explain that's why people come over here. You see what I'm saying? If they come over here, it's because maybe they don't have everything over there. Because that's the way life is. Travel to different places. People come here, people go other places, and this is happening all throughout the world.
Did you tell them what you told me? You gotta get a passport when we want to have a hate.
Okay.
Yup. I'm telling him today. He got his passport.
Like Trump said,
Passport weekend.
SH code, you know?
Right.
As if it's so backwards.
Well, I mean, he has a reason for saying he has a political.
7 days.
He has political reason for saying what he's saying.
Who?
Trump.
I ain't paying him no
Yeah, he has political reason why he's saying. But if you buying into it, you get upset, you get mad. That's on you, because he knows what he's saying. But you should know yourself. People can say whatever they want to say, but once you know yourself, you don't let things like that get to you.
Well, what did he say?
He says Haiti is yeah.
Wait a minute, say that again? What whole country? You mean, like, little shithole countries.
Right.
Y'all should just come out and say what he said.
Right. That's pretty much what he said.
He called Haiti a shithole country.
Right.
Man, that's somebody gonna kill him. He ain't make like Obama. Stop beating around the bushes. I didn't know. Not you. So people trying to figure what y'all saying around me. I don't know.
No, what happened is. No, what happened is the reason why you gotta say it like that is because with us, it's okay with us, but you might have people on the conference line, you might have people on the phone,
like I was just talking,
right? Who may not want to hear that. You see what I'm saying?
But then you never know what the president
No.
said.
What I'm saying is it's okay. They may not want to hear that. I hear what you're saying. If it was between us, we can say it, but you got to be cognizant of other people too.
Just because. Right. We can understand that the N-word. Yeah, everybody know what the N-word is, but nobody don't know what, What was the abbreviation you just said? Oh, I didn't hear you say all that. No, you ain't used to hearing nothing. Yeah, I used to hear it. This ain't us saying it, we just repeat what the president said.
But again, you know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
You know what the problem is?
Yes.
All that is debatable too. You know why?
Why?
Because the man, he said he did not say that.
Oh.
If somebody come on and say he said that, so where's the proof?
Oh, he wasn't recorded.
You see what I'm saying? Where's the proof?
Like Michael Jordan, he didn't kill his father.
Because keep in mind, not defending him, of course not. That he didn't say it or he said. Where's your evidence?
There you go. Where your evidence?
You know what I mean?
Right. We should
just because somebody's an Edomite, sometimes we shouldn't go into he's an Edomite. Yes, he said it. You know what I mean?
He's black,
You know what I mean?
so-
Yeah.
He's black,
We
yes,
so
he
pro
so-
Israelite. We so pro Israelite. Yeah, he said it. He's Edomite, but we question no proof.
Right.
Judge righteous judgment. You know,
Right,
whether
right.
it's us, whether it's anybody.
Right.
Right. Take the word of God.
Right.
Alleged. If they don't say alleged, they'll be like, hey, you guys said such and such happened. Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't put that past him, but I how do I know where's the proof?
But we don't know the truth.
Yeah.
No, just like,
You know. And you live in political. It's political. Everything is politics now. It's politics. Whoever come out and said, what does he have to gain? You know what I mean? From the other party that came out and say what they say. You know what I mean? So it's all politics. You can't really play into that.
put in verse you.
We on verse right.
50? We had 49. But we passed to the circumcision part, right?
49, right?
Yeah.
So it's like again, just to answer your question. Yes, Haiti is very poor
Yeah,
in terms of socioeconomics. Yes,
I'm over that, man.
because
I understand.
like they have a lot of places like
Go
North
ahead,
Philly.
right there.
You have a lot of places like North Philly.
North Philly.
At the same time, you have up the hills too, where you have a
Right.
lot of people who are well off and rich,
Right.
right? And keep in mind, the same spirit that was back in those Levite, you have those same spirit that was back then that bring what you call the Black Revolution, you know,
That's been televised.
right? And that responsible for a lot of us to go to fight against slavery now, because they were the first people who rise up and say they
Right.
hell with that stuff.
That's a good place where you come from. Destroy Napoleon.
Right.
Right.
But they did it not in the same fashion righteously.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Like the man Turner.
Fine. So let's go back and go to
49.
49. So now when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, he said unto his sons, now have pride and rebuke. It says, have pride and rebuke, gotten strength in the time of destruction, in the wrath of indignation. So his time was time for him to go, right? He was about to die.
Right.
So he's leaving them with words of encouragement, right? It tells them, so rebuke and have pride in the laws of the Most High. All right. Verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Be zealous of the law of the Most High. If you have to die, you got it. But today, we don't even have to die. Some of us don't even want to follow the law of the Most High. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Little sacrifice that we're talking about.
Okay.
We're not doing it. But we worry about who sold their soul for $1 million.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
For the trophy championship.
For a trophy championship. But we're not watching ourselves, you know, not doing little stuff to the Most that we should be doing for the Most High. I mean, for the Most High's law. You know what I mean? That's why the Most High always say, take the speck out of your eye before you can get out of your brother's eye. Right? See if we're doing right, then we can look at the brother if he's doing right, if we can correct him. Right? So we before we go like this, look at that finger that's pointing at you.
Right, and so you point at somebody, you gotta look at these three fingers right here.
Pointing right back at
Right
you.
at you. You will, but look at the three fingers pointing.
But right back at you, right?
I know that down south.
Right? So done. So move on. It says, but he's giving him last instruction, right?
Right.
Word of wisdom. Word of wisdom. Verse 50. Word of wisdom coming from a man that's, valiant. Now, therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance what acts our father did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. So your name will never be forgotten when you stood for the Most High's law. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation? And it was imputed unto him for righteousness. Verse 53. Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandments and was made Lord of Egypt. Okay? You all remember that, right? Phanes, our fathers, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Right? Because it's always said you can give people money, you can give people love, but wisdom they gotta gain it. The Most High gotta give it to them. They can't buy it. You can't give it to them. So you can see how Mattathias, while he laid down and he's passing those words to them, he's hoping that the Most High see favor in them and give it to them, because he cannot give it to them. He can only bring him to remembrance, do the best he can. So when they find themselves in a situation where they gotta keep the law or they gotta fight for the law, they do it so that they can get recompense from the Most High, right? So you can give people money, you can give them love, but you can't give them wisdom, right? Okay, 56 now. Caleb.
That's my buddy.
No, 55. 55. Jesus, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel.
Yeah. He was a judge. Oh, man. Oh, what Jesus is this? It's the same Jesus.
No, it said a judge, not the judge. So when we're doing judges, that's the spirit judge.
Say that again?
So who is he talking about here?
It ain't the Savior, it's just another God. Whose name was Jesus.
Remember, Jesus' name is Joshua.
Right.
Okay, and you have many people who are called Jesus. Jesus. Okay.
Man, you people got a lot of them.
And not only that, who fulfill the law of fulfill the word of the Most High? Jesus, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge.
Okay.
It makes sense too, because you see it kind of going in order as far as final outcome. Like Abraham, further down like Jason, Elias, Reuben, now Jesus or Joshua. Or the battle of Jericho.
Right. Man.
Right. Right. Okay, speak up next time we speak, all right?
Oh, you know,
Oh, no, 56 is going to give it away too, which Jesus is talking about.
conflicts. But you said you had the right idea though. You make him a judge, not the judge. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you take that out. Yeah. But I think it's about Jesus.
56.
I see you, smart.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, that's a compliment. I think that was Jesus.
56.
You gotta look at the little tiny word.
Hey, the man. I mean, the man. Yeah, you got. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You give credit to who credit. Give credit is due. Well, it's 56 now. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne. So you remember Caleb, right? Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
He only one, so there's two of them that went in the land, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But they made it.
Right, because when they get the report, right? When they get the report, they didn't get scared. They said, "We're gonna go. Let's do it." Right. Just did it. Verse 57. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. 58. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. Ananias, Isaias, and Misael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. Right? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. What happened? They went into the fire. They went into the fire. They did not get burned.
That's about something. See everybody there. Big fire there.
Okay.
Wow.
And we have Daniel. For his innocency was delivered from the mouth of lions.
Yeah, that's something they do.
So each one has an attribute that they say they have. Mind you, they may have one, they don't have the other, but whatever they have counted, more for what they don't have, and they excel at what they have, right? So whatever gift you have, they excel at it, right? Moses excelled at his gift, but he fell at some of them, right? So he didn't get into the promised land. He didn't get into the promised land. But whatever he had, he got taken up.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait a minute. How you know you got proof of that? And he got taken up? See, he started this before. It was just me and him here by himself.
No, when I said they're taken up, his bones.
I like to read that. But, you got me liking that. Yeah, he started. We had plans for y'all ain't around. Go ahead. You got his balls were taken up? We'll go get the book and you read. I can still be full of the word. We do that at the
all right, we'll do that. So that's good. That's good. Do you have proof? Do you have proof of that?
You got proof of that? Yeah, let me read it.
That's cool.
Michael Jordan killed his daddy.
Because the Most High approve of all things, right?
That's all things. Right here. Prove
All right.
all things.
Where we are? We are 63, right?
60.
No, 62.
Okay, let me 61.
Nah, man.
62.
61.
1. Okay.
Yeah. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. That's a hell of a, I wouldn't say a hell of a trust, but I would say that's the trust right there. That's the trust right there. Right. So that's what we always talk about. That trust right there Show me somebody that you can trust like that, that come up with all these things that people do, and he always reward them without any, without failing. Always. He said, name one throughout the ages that when they followed the Lord the Most High, and they did not come up ahead. Right? 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man. So fear not. Somebody talking trash, let him talk trash. Somebody said, man, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you. Say, hey, bring it on, if you can. If it's the Most High's will, yeah, you might get through, but don't bet on it.
Let me ask you a question. Yesterday when I was in the library, and Esau was talking trash, and so, I can't put my hands on nobody. I said, okay, so you feel that way. That's why in the Bible you said, show me proof, that y'all will be our slaves in heaven. And the lady came up to me, stop. Because all right, was to be their slave, y'all will be our slave. Man, he turned, see your shirt? Not your shirt, that ain't red. See that jacket right there? He turned about that red right here. That black lady walked up to me, and she about this tall. Puts me all the way back. But it's in the Bible. If they go to Isaiah 14:1 and 2, and it's in there whole many more times too.
That's it.
Oh, I went in there today. The lady said, "Well, give me that black man when you open it." It got that open.
Esau, right?
Esau. Right. Right. You know what I'm about people went through?
Yeah, but the thing, that's good. You got to let them know who they are. Put them in their place. Ultimately, you got to talk to the Most High.
Yeah, I did. I talked to him. Lord, I told him. I did.
That's what, yeah.
I told him, Lord, I told him.
Yeah. Ultimately, you got to talk to the Most High because Esau is just a pawn.
That's right.
He's just a pawn in the game. You know.
That they talk with home last night, Lord, they gonna kill him.
Yeah. Esau is just a pawn in the game.
Right.
You know. Yeah. Esau is a belt. So this is like, yeah, it's like I buy. Let's say I buy you a belt, right? I buy you a belt. Now the belt is good. You can tie yourself with the belt for a good purpose, right? But if you mess up, I can take that belt and give you a butt with the belt, right? So now what do? Do you apologize to the belt or you apologize to me? Yeah, because the belt beat you, but I bought you the belt. The belt is used to beat you, right? So you can't go and say, I apologize, belt, why you hit me so hard. And that's what we're doing with Esau. We complain, Esau, why are you doing this? You got to treat us better. You got to treat us better than that, Esau is just a belt. After a while, when you learn your lesson, you don't get beat no more, right? You don't need the belt anymore. The belt is get thrown in the trash. That's Esau.
Well, that's what happens,
right, pretty much. Yeah, after the belt is used, you throw it in the trash. It's you don't need it anymore, and you don't need to get a beating anymore because you learn your lesson.
Right.
Yeah, so there's no need for that belt anymore for you to get a belt. So treat Esau like a belt, Every night, don't get caught up into Esau. This point him out, but don't waste too much time on it.
I'm not doing it no more. The lady told me, back when the lady told me today, when he come in here, don't even speak, don't even look his way. And I was thinking, whatever, say anything you do again in life.
Right.
You made the library quiet earth.
Right. The only
quiet earth.
You see, the only problem with Esau is he's a smart belt.
Right.
He's smarter than me.
It is smart belt, and that belt is like reversible. You can turn it, flip it. Yeah, you know what I mean. You get different buckle, make it nice. You know what I mean. That's all he is. All right, verse 63. It said, today ye shall be lifted up, and tomorrow ye shall not be found, because he is turned into his dust. And see, that's talking about the wicked man. Right? It said, fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. Right? Dung and worms. Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found. He's gonna get a 5 minutes of fame. After that, he died. Nobody remember him. Because he is returned into his dust, and his thought has come to nothing. So he pretty much went back to the dust with no honor. Okay. 64. Wherefore, ye, my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall ye obtain glory. You want to get glory? This is the secret right there. That's the secret to glory. That's the secret to true glory, everlasting glory. And this coincides with Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Right? 12 and 13. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. Let me write it down. Ecclesiastes.
Wait a minute. Let me write it quickly. Say it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
12, 13.
If anybody wants to know what's the meaning of life, what this whole thing is about, why are we here on this day, celebrating the Most High's day, keeping the Sabbath day? Because we fear the Most High.
Right.
We want to keep his commandments because we want everlasting glory.
12, 13. You want to read? Today you have to cuss
Peace in the Bible.
in the Bible.
And actually, Ecclesiastes in the 66th book. Because the Apocrypha is the Bible. When we say it's in the Bible.
Cuss.
Ecclesiastes.
Okay, it's in the Bible. Okay. The first.
Right.
These and us.
All right. So if somebody think we lunatics, we don't know what we're doing. You know what we do? We just go to Corinthians where it says, "Let no man judge you in meat and drink or in respect of a holy day, because that is a shadow of things to come." Colossians 2:8. This is a shadow of things to come. What chapter? 3:16.
3:16.
Double check, because you said it and then you asked me.
All right now.
And somebody think we crazy? Yeah, I'll be crazy for Christ.
Okay, that's a good statement.
2:16.
2:16, all right? 2:16. Colossians 2:16.
2:16.
All right? Kahanabia.
Yeah, link for verse 64. Proverbs 25 and 28. The link for 2 and 64. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over.
Wait a minute. Say what?
Oh, 27, sorry. Proverbs 25 and 27. It is not good to eat much honey. So for men to search their own glory is not glory.
Proverbs what now?
25 and 27.
What that go with?
64.
Verse 64. Okay.
Reverse. How's the not case?
Slow down sometimes. Yeah, who was catch up with you? You ain't good. Yeah, all right.
Verse 65, right?
Yes, sir.
And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. So pretty much he's giving him based on that's his sons, right?
Right.
He knows each and every one of them of strength. You know what they're good at. So he's been around. I'll bring you here. I know what you're good at. I know what he's good at. I know what he's good at. I know what he's good at, right? It says, and behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Give ear unto him always. Ye shall be a father unto you. Okay? He said, when you need counsel, that man right there, your brother, is go to him. Okay?
Wait, what
Good.
are you talking about? Like the person like in the room?
No.
That.
For example, put it this way. Let's bring him back. Let's bring him back. He lost track. Right? He lost track of what we're talking about. Yeah. What happened is we talking about Mattathias' family.
All right.
Right? Mattathias, after he did the revolt, right? He's old. He's getting ready to kick the bucket, like they say. Right? So now, before he died, he had 5 sons. So he's giving them instruction. So while he's on his deathbed, he's about to die. He say, hey, listen, you, I know you good. You, I know you know how to fight. Right? You, I know you're a good strategist. Right? Listen to your brother. So he's giving the 5 brothers instruction. And so he's telling them, yo, Simon is good at this. Jonathan is good at this. So you guys make a team, tag team on each other. Whenever you need counsel, Simon is the guy you go to.
Okay, I got
Got it.
you. Okay.
Done. 66. As for Judas Maccabeus, he has been mighty and strong. Here you go. As for Judas Maccabeus, this guy, man, woo, my man, he's a destroyer, right? He just, destroy anybody on his way, right? The mighty and strong, even from his youth. Man, that boy, since he was a little, I used to play fight with him. That man, he can fight. So he's bring it up. Like Gobar would say, my son right there, I know what he's good at, right? He can do this, he can do that, right? Verse 67, verse 66. As for Judas Maccabeus, once again, he has been mighty and strong, even from his youth up. Let him be your captain. So he's gonna be the captain. He's gonna be the captain of the crew. And fight the battle of the people. So everybody play your position. Nobody step on each other's toes. Right? Play your position. 67. Take also unto you all those that observe the law. On top of that, if you're gonna bring anybody into the squad, take people that know the law, that want to follow the law. Right. Don't take any lunatic off the street, right? And just put it on the team. Right? He's not gonna be good for the team. He's gonna destroy. Yeah, he's gonna destroy the team. So bring people in the team that's up to the to the law, right? It says, yeah, it said when you're gonna recruit, those are the kind of people. That's how you screen them. That's gonna be your way of screening them. Okay. 68. Recompense fully the heathen and take heed to the commandments of the law. It said when it comes to the heathen, yo, give it to them. Give it to them. When they come, don't play with them. Just give it to them. Give them what they deserve. Right? It says in verse 69, so he blessed them and he was guarded to his fathers. And that's a nice way to die. That's a nice way to die. You came in, you did what you had to do, and then you give the instruction, and then you close your eyes. That's it, man. And your spirit just travel. Choo! Quick time.
I'm out of here. See y'all later.
Yeah, I'm out.
See you on the other side.
Yeah, that's very nice, man. Because so many of us don't have that. Today don't have that. We don't have that privilege of our parents, and we somehow are emotional too. We can't take it. We cannot even take the idea someone so say I'm gonna die. Nah, stop, don't say this. Hey, what are you talking about? Don't say this. Don't say that. I don't want to hear it. But these guys, they understood that's life. That's the way the life is. At some point, you're gonna have to go. Yeah. 70, and he died in the 140 and 60 years. That's how old he was. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
140 and 60 years. 6 years. 6 year. Yeah. So with his wit, not like retarded. Lose his wit and you don't know what he's talking about. Like today, our people mess up so bad. Most of us, when we get to a certain age, we don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Kids laughing at us. What did Dad say, man? Dad is talking nonsense. Yeah, Dad is, and that's when we get to age in this kingdom, we don't have our wits about us anymore. Nabia?
Yeah, keep in mind that this is 146 years we were talking about, not so much on who we were, but it's talking about the years of the Greek Empire.
Right. We're talking about the in the year of the Greek Empire. Correct.
Well, how old was he?
It was probably like yeah, I'm sure it was in the BC time, around 167 BC. Yeah, that's around the time when he died, around 167 BC.
Okay, I think he died in 1846.
I think 323 when I was in the dive. And that's 146.
Done. 167 BC, probably around that time. Right? Right. So as he says, 40, and his sons buried him in the sepulchre of his father at Modin, and all Israel made great lamentation for him. Right? Israel made great lamentation for him. So pretty much, if you follow what we were reading here.
Lamentation is stuff like in Psalm 83, they say the women made no lamentations for us. So lamentation is something like this. I'm making a design or something for a person, clothes or something for a person. Memorial. Mourning. Something for a funeral. Okay.
People cry. You would say people cry. They regret it. He's not there. They had great regret for his departure.
There's levels like fine is on the base level fine, and you have lamentation, and beyond that, you have way up. Three. This one is
Oh, okay.
Right.
What they done bad?
Right. So you pretty much get the idea of what the feast is about now, because normally we go to chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Apocrypha, right? So you can read that the rest of the chapter on your own.
3
and 4. So now, if you get it, you're gonna say, if you were to explain it to a kid, you would say, once upon a time, there was a family whose the father was named Mattathias. He was a priest of the children of Israel. They used to keep the laws of the Most High and we used to keep our custom, right? in a town, and then the Syrian came. They wanted to stop us from keeping our culture. Right? We used to read the Bible, and we used to love God. We used to follow everything God says. And these people came and they wanted to stop us from doing that. And that family said, you know what? We're not going to let that happen. And the king wanted them to sacrifice to false God, right? And they sent an officer, and the officer tell that family, the father of that of the 5 sons, to do sacrifice because he was well known in town, right? So since he was well known in town, if he did the sacrifice, the whole town will think that it's okay. Then they would do it too. So he said, you know what? I will not do it because I will not go against the Most High's law. Then somebody come from town, right, where they were doing the sacrifice. He came in and did the sacrifice, which Mattathias didn't want to do. So he was very upset, and he jumped and killed that man, and he also killed the officer. So they were coming after him. He went and hid. A lot of people follow him, right? And when they follow him, right, they were persecution. They were killing them because they did not want to do what the kings wanted them to do, right? So he made sure he had a group of people follow the laws of the Most High. Before he died, he gave his sons instruction to follow the same thing that he followed, because the Most High will bless them if he follow. That's a bedtime story. So this pretty much, as we read on in chapter 3 and 4, it's gonna tell you the 5 sons that were left over, how they carry out the battle. Okay, and then it was very, very interesting how Judas Maccabeus is described by their father and the other one. They each play their part. All right, at the end, we have this day called the Feast of Rededication, because they cleaned the temple, right? They cleaned the temple from what the heathen did, and they restored the altar, and they did good sacrifice like the Most High wanted us to do. So if you know anybody that draw pictures, characters, you know, that's a play right there.
Look out for that thing too. And you can make a point.
All right, so that's we'll make an end of the closing of the Feast of Tabernacle in Kahanabia.
Let's write down Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verses 3 to 6.
Ecclesiasticus
Chapter 30, verses 3 to 6. Link it with 69. What you're bringing out. Talking about the importance of, if you're a father, you need some behind us, right?
Go on. And once you hear that Hanukkah comes around, and you hear those people out there say happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, you know there's a bunch of lies.
So water balloon that.
Yeah. And then if you throw other balloons at them, and yeah, and you'll see what happened. You see what happened to you. You don't.
I hear the whole time.
Okay. So it's good. That's the Feast of Dedication. Don't ever forget it. That's the Feast of Dedication. That's what it's about. All right.
So let's
Nate,
get this out.
you know what the Feast of Dedication is about now? Yeah? What it's about? Tell me. Huh? Say it loud. You forgot? All right. So your father gonna deal with you when you get home, because you weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. All right. So with that, we're gonna close out the feast. All right. And we're gonna say Ashar Hanukkah, Happy Sabbath, Happy Sabbath, and we can cook. All right, we can feast. And we're gonna keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it forever and ever, forever and ever.
Amen.
All right. Shalom. Stay tuned for the closing prayer. Barakata Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ashura, Natanawa, Pariagapan, Tuaraman, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yasha. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that gives to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it. To Yahweh in the name of Yahushua, with Israel.
Amen.
I mad upon you, you watch them stand in face, Jerusalem. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Abakushai, Shabbat, Lan Nawa, Aitha, Yam Yun, Aitha, Shalat, Maika Allah, Walalahayim, Nataza Wadakim, Shemo Ayah, Borat, Wapa, Magun, Wakaziat, Banya, Yasha Allah, Washalat, Lan Nawa, Rabiam, Kakama, Rabiam, Da'if, Rabiam, Bayana, Rabiam, Sabalanwa, Rabiam, Amawan, Rabiam, Aqua, Rabiam, Ahabiam, Rabiam, Agana, Wakanaya, Wasalat, Kal, Tata Yemnawa, La Akim, Wayasha Allah, Tamyad, Iwalam, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the water, Aman. English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please listen to us now, right now. Send Michael and the righteous powers and angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel, and send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection, and forgive us all our sins for the brothers and sisters in Israel, always and forever. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Four corners prayer. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Barak now, Yasha Allah, Bafaya Suparium, Shammai, Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Akkad. Blessing of the food. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
God of war,
Yahweh,
Ba'asham,
Barasham,
Adawanya,
Adawanya,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Babakushai,
Babakushah,
Borat,
Barak,
Ma'akal,
Ma'akal,
Yanawa,
Yanawa,
Shataiwaf, Yanawa, Shataiwaf, Yanawa. No? What is it? Shataiwaf,
Shatayawah,
Yanawa,
Yanawa,
Yayan,
Yayan,
Yanawa,
Yanawa,
Lacham,
Lakam,
Yanawa,
Yanawa,
Shaka,
Shaka,
Rai,
Rai,
Yanawa,
Yanawa,
Zakat,
Zakat,
Shaw,
Shah,
Hayurat,
Hayrat,
Kanaka,
Kanaka,
Ba'asham,
Barasham,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Dawada,
Tawada,
Aman.
Aman.
All right. Man, circle up. Shalom, Israel. Have a blessed night. Both sides willing. We'll be in the service in the morning.
Got it?